Hello guys, my name is NaToSaphiX, and today we have another video, and this time we'll be taking a look at Xyp9x, or Xyp9x, which is his actual name, but we don't really want to call him his time in Astralis. Xyp9x is one of the most legendary players in all of CSGO history, and famously a part of the Astralis roster which took the world by storm back in 2018 and 2019. Today, I'll be analyzing an Astralis vs Liquid demo at the PGL Major 2022, and giving you an unbiased opinion on Xyp9x's recent performances in Astralis. Looking through the demo, there were definitely some unfortunate rounds, like this one, where he's left to his own devices towards the B bomb site and NaTo creeps up on him. Or this one, where Leash throws a one-way smoke, kills Xyp9x in it, and then immediately gets traded. In this round, Xyp starts out in a pretty default manner. I saw him line up this nade many times, to which he hits NaTo, but then afterwards he goes into a position that is quite close and where he has to update the info very regularly. The problem with updating the info in this position so often is that when he gets the info he will most likely be overrun. That's why he needs the support from his teammate, and just a single flash could change the outcome completely. But Config in this round has no flash, and it seems a little bit like the harmony between the two B players is missing. Round 11 is another great example of this. Xyp9x wants to take the B lobby control at the start of the round, but instead of using an HE or Molotov, Config uses a flash. Shox has now heard Xyp, and they are going to be doing everything they can to take this position back from him. In these type of rounds, it's very difficult for Xyp9x to have any sort of meaningful impact, but notice the overflicking when the contact does come in. I would be expecting him to do a little better. And that was honestly my main takeaway. It's clear that Xyp9x has a really good understanding of how to play the B bomb site. He was some rounds passive, some rounds playing for info, taking space some rounds proactive. He was making it very difficult for the Ts to read the game. But when it came down to the round depending, or at least the life changing moment, he would often fluff his lines. Don't think that I'm calling Xyp9x a bad player by any means, but in this round especially, there are a lot of fights he could have won more easily, and sometimes Counter-Strike just comes down to that, winning your fights fast. In this one, he's doing a great job at staying alive, he's buying time for his teammates to come in, but all this could have been sort of removed from the equation if we would have just straight up killed him in the first place. Xyp9x was known to be this reliable anchor type player with, I would argue, potentially a top 5 vision of all time in the game of CSGO. His aim was never one of his top qualities, but it was also never a setback. What worries me is rounds like this one, where he looks very flustered and sort of surprised that Leash can even be in this position. It is a far cry from the calm, casual and calculated manner in which he has been playing CSGO for years. And that is honestly what scares me the most. In old Astralis, he was sort of known as Mr. Perfect. He never ever made a mistake. In this 5-on-2, he should know that the Ts are on just pistols, and him taking close quarters fights doesn't seem to be the right move. It is hard when the qualities are seemingly fading away, and worries like his aim that were never worries to begin with are starting to look like one. Ideally, I would like to see Xyp9x swing faster on Config's contact here, so that they can kill Shox together. The very positive takeaways from this demo is that in, for example, this round, where Liquid do sort of do the correct way of taking B lobby with a sound creating grenade and Shox gets down into B lobby early, Xyp9x is hyper aware and plays this to near perfection. And that is something that makes me very happy to see. Throughout this whole demo, his way of playing B lobby has been super dynamic, it has been very difficult for Liquid to have a read on it, and in this round, for example, where he completely outplays Shox, it just looks so damn good. It is obvious to anyone that Xyp9x's current form is leaving a lot to be desired, but in some of these rounds you can see that Mr. Perfect is hiding just beneath the surface. If given time to rebuild his confidence and killer instinct, I think this man still has many good years in the top echelon of Counter-Strike. To me, the only thing that Xyp9x is really lacking to get back into true top player form is this kind of killer instinct that we see in this round. that I know he had back when Astralis were on top. The foundation of this man's skill set is still one of the strongest and has yet to be broken, but the pointy end of the skyscraper needs a little bit of polishing before it gets sharp. Thank you so much for watching the video.